So we're looking at finding the measurement of your steps to figure out where you're going to start at with your stringers. So we here have the luxury of a rotary laser level like this, which I already had out at one point already to find this out prior to this video. However, so I had the rotary laser set up right here. I got my grade stick out and found out where the level of this was. Prior to that, I measured down from the top of this joist down to the concrete here, which was 108 1/4. Now when I came over here with my grade stick, even though it's a bit all over the place, I found myself a spot that I wanted to measure from, because we can adjust this to be more level. So where I measured from told me that this is 2 inches lower than that over there. So I'm basing all of my measurements off of that. And what I did was 2 inches lower means I'm adding 2 inches on to my overall measurement, which is now 110 1/4. From 110 1/4, I figured that I'm going to drop down onto this board and add more support. I'm going to drop down 6 3/4 for my first step. So my stringers are just going to drop. That step doesn't actually count when I'm cutting. It's just a step that's already there when I drop. Now on your last step, you're going to cut, in my instance, I'm going to cut at 5 3/4. I take an inch off of there because when you add a deck board onto that last step, it's going to go up to the 6 3/4, and it'll be equal as everything else is. Now when I subtracted those two things from 110 1/4, I figured out from my math that when you divide 7, it's basically right at 14 steps. So you subtract those two things. However, when you're doing your stringer, you're going to add this bottom step back on. So the stringers I'm cutting have a total of 15 steps, and I'm cutting this step an inch shorter.